The word news these days is much maligned, often derided for being fake, for pandering to the basest human nature, and for being unethical, non-independent, and very corporatized. But was news always like this, and is it meant to be thus? Not by a long measure, no. Journalism and news needs to be reclaimed, and here at Newsworthy, our aim is to do just that. For that, we aim to start at the beginning. So over the next 5 weeks, we'll be looking at the fundamentals of journalism. What is news? Ethics, news literacy, story ideas, interviewing, writing, editing and headlines, feature writing, opinion and review writing, video, broadcast and news production, and of course new media or digital media. Hello, my name is Priyanjana Datta and I've been a journalist and now filmmaker for many years. I started out with United Television and went on to join NDTV and finally worked at CNN-IBN before branching out on my own to make documentary films. I hope through these sessions to reignite and re-establish news and newsmaking as it ought to be.
Hello, my name is Bidisha Roy Das and I've been a journalist and now a filmmaker and an educator. I did my master's in mass communication and then went on to working in the broadcast industry for almost 10 years. I then moved on to making documentary films and also setting up a film archive and a film festival. The last 10 years, I've been working with students like you, and I've been engaging with them on the art of filmmaking. So I'm really looking forward to the next 5 weeks talking to you about a very important topic, news. I hope we will all have fun. See you then. COVID-19 cases in India hit the 62 lakh mark. The death toll rises to 97,497. The Bharatiya Janata Party swept the 17th Lok Sabha elections with a clear majority. US attacked, hijacked jets, destroyed Twin Towers and hit Pentagon on the day of terror. All these stories were covered by journalists across the world. Big headlines announced news online, in print, on broadcast networks everywhere. So what is it that made these stories important? What are the characteristics that journalists and editors use to decide what to print in their newspaper or what to show on their news television channels? So in week 1, these are the characteristics that we will focus on. So we will learn about these characteristics. We will also try to understand how the principles of news are used to inform news decisions. We will use the characteristics to analyze as well as find potential stories. And that's the exciting part, isn't it? All of you will be looking out for your own stories.
What makes a story newsworthy and how do you identify a good story? Anything that is current or new is news. But there are other facets to identifying a news story or what makes a story news. Is it interesting? Is it significant? Will it affect the people who read or see it? Does the story need to be told? Once the story is identified, the next important step is to do one's research. That means leaving no stone unturned to get information from various sources and always cross-checking facts and information. Getting down to actually writing your story comes after all this. A news story is straightforward in its telling. It has to have all the relevant information and the verified facts laid out with no frills. So week 2 is going to be all about identifying, researching and writing your story.
Week 3. So this is going to be a real fun week and we'll have lots to do. So now that you've researched and zeroed in on your story, it's time to go and look for your interviewees. Not just to get information and facts, but to make your story engaging and interesting. Remember, even a very boring piece of news can become impactful with good sound bites. So this week, we're going to go and find ways to identify a variety of interviewees, how to prepare good questions for the interview, and of course, conduct the interview with confidence. Some of you would have decided to write a feature or make a feature for television. Feature writing or video features are all about storytelling. So this week we will also look at the techniques of storytelling and using them to make your features interesting for readers and viewers. There is much more to media than just news reporting. We also have editorials, columns, reviews, and opinions. And these are all about a certain point of view. So in week 3, we also look at some of these different writing styles and see if any of you feel interested in taking that up.
So far, what you've learned is by and large for the print medium. But the fundamentals of journalism remain the same when translated for broadcast or digital media. And that is what we will focus on in the penultimate week.
So it's the penultimate week. You would have gone through several drafts of your stories and features and reviews. So you will be presenting those to all of us. Each of you will be presenting your stories and you will get feedback from the team. We will also have a surprise for you. So looking forward to meeting you all soon. Until then, keep your eyes, ears and mind open for interesting things that are happening around you. See you soon.